First it conquered the video game industry and now it's taking aim at Hollywood. That's right, we're talking about Rovio's mobile app mega hit turned summer blockbuster, The Angry Birds Movie. Now you may be asking, how is a simplistic game about flinging birds at pigs going to translate onto the big screen? Well, that, my friends, is what we're here for. I'm Neil McNeil with Channel Frederator, and today we're bombarding your brain fortresses with the inside scoop about these ferocious fowls. Are you a die-hard fan or just wondering how they're possibly going to pull this movie off? We've got something here for everybody as we count down the 107 facts you should know about the Angry Birds movie. Let's get started. Number 1, the Angry Birds movie is, of course, based on the widely successful Angry Birds game and will be released on May 20th, 2016 here in the US, 6.5 years after the franchise originally took flight. Number 2, originally the film was going to be released on July 1st, 2016, but was moved up to May 20th to avoid competition with DreamWorks' BFG and Warner Brothers' Tarzan. Number 3, the Angry Birds movie will serve as an origin story to the game, explaining how the conflict between the pigs and the birds began and the key factors that made these birds' blood boil. Number 4, Rovio Entertainment chose Sony Pictures Imageworks in Vancouver as its primary animation house for the production of the Angry Birds movie. Sony Picture Imageworks is the visual effects and animation unit of Sony Pictures Digital Productions, known for Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 and Hotel Transylvania. Number 5, the movie is being released worldwide by Columbia Pictures, though if you didn't know, Sony owns Columbia, so really, Sony is the sole distributor of the film. Number 6, the movie is rated PG for rude humor and action, meaning it's going to be aimed at both kids and adults, so expect some subtle references for all of you PG-13 folks out there. Number 7, the Angry Birds movie had a production budget of $86 million, which makes sense when you start looking at all of the actors who are in the voice cast, which we'll get to in a bit. Number 8, Rovio has actually spent more on marketing for the movie than the cost of production. Dropping $114 million to get the word out may seem crazy until you recall that the game had been downloaded 3 billion times, so getting even a fraction of those people to show up at the theaters is key. Number 9, part of their social media marketing included spoofing other popular film ads and posters, such as Red parodying Deadpool as Redpool. Clever. Number 10, Deadpool isn't the only movie the marketing team has made fun of. They also created parody advertisements with Straight Outta Compton, Batman vs Superman, The Revenant, and a bunch more, which are all fantastically funny. Number 11, the massive budget makes the Angry Birds movie the largest ever for a finished production. Number 12, despite the cost of production and marketing, Rovio CEO McNeil Head said he does not lose any sleep over it, saying that the movie is a tremendous story. Number 13, the Angry Birds movie is being written by one of the writers from The Simpsons, John Vitti. Not only has he written 25 episodes of the series, making him the third most used Simpson writer, he's also worked on scripts for Saturday Night Live, The Office, and Ice Age. Number 14, the Angry Birds movie is being directed by Clay Cadis and Fergal Riley. Both of these men are directorial rookies, having never directed a movie before, but that's not to say that they don't have the experience to pull off a film of this magnitude. Number 15, Clay Cadis is a Disney veteran who worked as an animator for the studio for 20 years. His credits include Frozen, Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, Bolt, Meet the Robinsons, Mulan, Hercules, Chicken Little, Emperor's New Groove, and a bunch more. Number 16, Fergal Riley also has roughly 20 years experience in that field, but as a storyboard artist. He's worked on Hotel Transylvania, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, Spider-Man 2, Osmosis Jones, The Iron Giant, and Space Jam. Number 17, the Angry Birds movie will be produced by John Cohen and Catherine Winder, along with executive producers McNeil Head and David Maisel. Number 18, Rovio definitely got some people who know how to deal with heavily merchandised films. Cohen has worked on other animated films including Ice Age and Despicable Me, while Winder has worked on Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and Ice Age as well. Number 19, the voiceover sessions were filmed so that the animators could match the actors' expressions with the characters. Number 20, in an act of cross-promotion, the movie's main cast was first announced to users on the mobile game before anyone else. Of course, the second that happened, it was reported everywhere else, so it's not like they had an exclusive for weeks ahead of time. Number 21, Jason Sudeikis is lending his vocals to Red, the titular character and original Angry Bird. Sudeikis is most popularly known for his roles on Saturday Night Live, but he's done a couple of voiceover roles too, including Grand Theft Auto 4, Epic, and The Cleveland Show. Number 22, Sudeikis said that his character Red reminds him a lot of McMurphy from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. No pun intended. Maybe it's just Jack Nicholson's eyebrows? Number 23, to help him visualize what was going on in his scenes, Sudeikis did a lot of recordings with his eyes closed. Is it that hard to put yourself into the perspective of an anthropomorphic bird? Number 24, Sudeikis says that the theme of the film is that anger is sometimes necessary. The key word is sometimes, guys. voice. Number 25, voicing Red helped put Sudeikis in touch with his inner anger, though Sudeikis said he doesn't really have much to be angry about. I mean, he's successful and engaged to Olivia Wilde. Number 26, Sudeikis says that the hardest part of voicing Red was near the end of the process when he had to record hundreds of grunts and other such noises that you would expect from a movie based on Angry Birds. Number 27, in the wake of the insane success of Frozen, Josh Gad, the voice of Olaf, plays Chuck, the speedy yellow bird from the games. Number 28, when he was first offered the role of Chuck, Gad declined, saying that the most significant reason was because he didn't want to play another animated character after playing America's most beloved snowman. After a 30-minute visual pitch of the movie, Gad was impressed enough to sign aboard, stating that the film will be unexpectedly smart and beautiful. Number 29, when asked how he related to an Angry Bird, Gad told a story of a recent birthday he had, saying he was woken up by his wife giving him a list of household chores that needed to be done along with the news that he had to watch their kids. That, he said, is how he relates. Number 30, Gad based Chuck's voice on a childhood friend who was appropriately nicknamed Motormouth. Admittedly, Gad isn't used to speaking so fast, and after 3 takes his lips went numb. Maybe you should get that checked out, Josh. We're worried about your lips. Number 31, Chuck's lines were so hard on Gad due to the pitch and speed at which they needed to be delivered that he needed physical therapy lessons after each voice session. Number 32, fear not Olaf fans, Gad's musical talents do not go to waste as Chuck also does a bit of singing in the movie. Number 33, Gad became obsessed with Angry Birds Star Wars while filming another movie. During his breaks, he says he wouldn't talk to anyone because he was so absorbed in his own game. Number 34, Bill Hader, another SNL veteran, provides the voice of the pig's leader, Leonard. Hader is quite versed in voice acting work, having also starred in Inside Out and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1 and 2. Number 35, Hader didn't even have to audition and was told that the company wanted him to play a pig in the Angry Birds movie over the phone. Number 36, originally Hader was told to base his voice of Leonard on the 1962 movie The Music Man, however, that didn't really work out past the first day. Number 37, Hader said that the voice they ended up settling on for Leonard was a hee-haw music man, very jolly and very excited, which he then says is basically like an impersonation of his father. Number 38, the first time Hader ever played Angry Birds was during a layover. So like everyone else in the world, he got bored, downloaded the app, and couldn't put it down until he had real-life things to deal with. Number 39, remember how we mentioned that Hader was working with Kate McKinnon? Well, she's in this movie too, and is yet another SNL cast member brought into the Angry Birds world. Hey everybody, taking a quick break from the facts because we here at Channel Frederator want to hear from you. You clearly love cartoons and movies, but are we covering all the things that you like? We want to know. All we're asking is that you take a quick moment to click the link here or in the description below to fill out a quick survey. We're giving everybody who completes a survey a discount to StashRiot.com, and as an added bonus, we're giving away 1 free StashRiot.com gift card to any qualified participant. Terms and conditions apply. All you have to do is click the link down below and fill it out. It's that easy. So help us out by letting us know what you want to see here, because remember, Frederator loves you. Number 40, Danny McBride provides the voice of Bomb, a gentle giant who wouldn't hurt a fly, but has the tendency to explode. Pretty appropriate for McBride when you think about all the other roles he tends to play.
How dare you?
Number 41, Bomb suffers from IED, intermittent explosive disorder, which means his explosions are triggered by internal or external stressors. Number 42, as a safety precaution, Bomb pretty much lives in a bomb shelter. Good thinking. Number 43, to get into the mindset of playing a character who could potentially explode at any time, McBride says he ate a ton of burritos. Number 44, McBride's approach to Bomb's voice was his own voice with more gravel and bass. He said, "You know you got it if you can't talk after a 3-hour session." Number 45, the character of Terrence doesn't speak, he mostly groans and grunts, pretty much making him the Groot of Bird Island. What makes Terrence more hilarious is that he's voiced by Academy Award winner Sean Penn. Number 46, another Emmy Award winner, Peter Dinklage of Game of Thrones fame, is the voice of Mighty Eagle. Number 47, Dinklage even gets to sing a song about his own character. Hopefully his character is wearing space pants. Number 48, this is the 3rd time that Peter Dinklage and Josh Gad have worked together. They also previously starred alongside each other in Ice Age, Continental Drift, and Pixels. Number 49, Maya Rudolph is the voice of Matilda, an egg-shaped mama bird. You may remember hearing Rudolph's voice as Aunt Cass in Big Hero 6. Number 50, Rudolph says that the only thing she has in common with her character is that they both drink a lot of green juices. Number 51, Titus Burgess appears in his first animated role as Photog, a pig who enjoys taking pictures. You're welcome. Number 52, Burgess said he loved working in his first animated voiceover because he didn't really feel like he was working at all. Rudolph said something similar, but it had more to do with the fact that she was able to wear sweatpants to the job. Number 53, Earl the Pig will be voiced by another animation newcomer, Blake Shelton. Shelton was a fan of the Angry Birds series before he even got the chance to voice one one of the bad piggies. In an interview, he said, "I wish I had $1 for every minute I lost playing that freaking game." Number 54, Shelton and Earl share a very similar arm tattoo, which Shelton says was one of the things that sealed him on signing onto the film. The only difference is that instead of deer tracks, Earl's tattoo has bird tracks. Number 55, Shelton, whose normal speaking voice already has quite a southern drawl to it, was told to speak with even more of an accent. In the end, he said he felt like he was doing a voiceover for the Dukes of Hazzard. Number 56, Shelton also wrote and performed a song for the movie called Friends, which he appropriately worked on with his friend, Jesse Alexander. Number 57, Shelton says he hit quite a roadblock when coming up with the lyrics for Friends. He typically writes songs about his own life and says he doesn't have a ton of experience being shot out of a slingshot. Number 58, in addition to Shelton's song, the movie will also feature brand new music from Demi Lovato, Charli XCX, and Steve Aoki. Number 59, speaking of Charli XCX, she voices Willow, the cute beanie-wearing bluebird. Number 60, the Angry Birds movie soundtrack will be released on May 6th. Although there are a few original songs, most of the track list consists of covers and old recordings, including every internet troll's theme song, Never Gonna Give You Up. Number 61, iconic YouTubers Ian Heckox and Anthony Padilla are also lending their voices to the movie as Bubbles and Hal, respectively. Number 62, Judge Peckinpah is voiced by Keegan-Michael Key of Comedy Central's Key and Peele. No stranger to animated films and shows, Key has also voiced characters in Hotel Transylvania 2, The Lego Movie, Bob's Burgers, and BoJack Horseman. Number 63, funny enough, the bird mime will also sometimes utter, "Oh my god."
Oh my god.
If you're like me, you'll rack your brain trying to figure out why the voice actor sounds so familiar. Well, rack no more, I can inform you that it is in fact Arrested Development's Tony Hale, who also voices Cyrus in the movie. Number 64, Gad likened the Angry Birds movie to the Lego Movie, saying it's really irreverent, and like the Lego Movie's sensibility, it's subversive and funny and unexpectedly smart and really beautiful. Number 65, according to Sudeikis, you don't really have to know Angry Birds to appreciate the Angry Birds movie. Though the 3 billion downloads, come on, how do you not know anything about Angry Birds? Number 66, Brazilian film composer Heitor Pereira will perform Red's theme in the movie. Heitor also performed on the soundtracks for the Despicable Me movies and the Minions, so he's no stranger to musically setting the stage in an animated movie. Number 67, the Angry Birds are sporting designs that look significantly different than their mobile app counterparts. The biggest difference being that the birds now have arms and legs. Number 68, though more anatomically similar to the arms of a human, the Angry Birds consider their upper extremities to be wings, as seen when Red calls his arm a wing when he crashes into a tree. Number 69, when the birds are launched from their slingshot, they tuck their legs under their arms and look surprisingly similar to the game counterparts. Number 70, wait, you must be shouting at your computer screens. Is there any legitimacy to the film? Is there actually bird versus pig conflict in real life? Well, as it turns out, the answer is sorta. In Texas, for example, feral hogs have been known to steal and eat the eggs of ground nesting birds, like the wild turkey. And in Hawaii, wild piggies are a major concern for forest health and even spread disease to the local aviary population. Number 71, despite those facts, this movie doesn't take place in Texas or Hawaii. It takes place on, wait for it, Bird Island. Meanwhile, the pigs live on, you guessed it, Piggy Island. Number 72, Bird Island is populated entirely by happy birds, or almost entirely. Originally, there were only 4 angry birds, all of whom are in anger management class. We think it's safe to assume that we'll see the anger management class fill up by the time the credits roll. Number 73, the birds on Bird Island are so happy that even they have a free hug store. Number 74, the birds might be so happy because it's literally the law. There are 8 laws on Bird Island, and number 8 is be happy, no matter what. Sounds a bit dystopian, don't you think? Number 75, some other laws include friendship and happiness will always come first, rudeness and anger will not be tolerated, and every bird must treat one another and the environment with respect. Number 76, Matilda is in charge of the Infinity Acceptance Center, where angry birds go for anger management. The center uses a variety of methods for anger management. Attendees can meditate, paint, or even do yoga. The character of Matilda created the Infinity Acceptance Center after she was able to overcome her own anger issues. Number 77, Chuck finds himself in anger management after getting a speeding ticket and facing the police station, and stealing a police officer's wallet, and maybe pooping on said police officer. Number 78, Bird Island is naturalistic with very little technology. So no, there will not be any Angry Birdception during the movie. Number 79, almost all of the birds on Bird Island live in an area known as Bird Village. Man, the writers really went all out on the creativity with these names. Number 80, in Bird Village, there are 2 main restaurants, early bird worms and late riser worms. Number 81, if you really need sleep because you woke up extra early to get the good worms, you can also stop by the Bird Island Nap Bar, which we really do wish was a real thing. Free hugs, breakfast no matter what time you wake up, and a nap bar? How could any of these birds ever managed to be angry. Number 82, Bird Island's judge, Judge Pickenpaw, is so small that underneath his robes he stands on the shoulder of another bird, Cyrus. Number 83, the character of Judge Pickenpaw shares his name with American film director Sam Peckinpah, known for his action and violence-filled movies in the 60s and 70s. Coincidence? Number 84, Stella is responsible for the history of Bird Island and also gives tours. In doing so, she becomes one of Bird Island's most popular birds, which makes sense when you consider that she's the only Angry Bird to get her own spin-off game. Number 85, the Angry Birds movie isn't just filled with familiar faces. A new group of tiny little baby birds known as the Hatchlings were created just for the film. Their reveal video, which was put on YouTube last November, had these cuties poorly singing Deck the Halls and became Rovio's most shared Angry Birds video ever. Number 86, the video was so successful that they said, hey, why not make another for Easter? It doesn't have as many views, but it's still absolutely adorable. Number 87, Mighty Eagle is the only bird on Bird Island who can actually fly. Number 88, Red has never fit in with the birds on Bird Island before because of his big bushy eyebrows, which is just ridiculous. People love eyebrows, just look at Eugene Levy and Charlie Chaplin, and Cara Delevingne. Number 89, okay, so it's time for the second biggest question, how do the birds get a slingshot? Well, in a wonderful case of poetic justice, the slingshot is actually a gift from the pigs. Number 90, the act of gift giving is actually how the pigs befriended the birds before their ultimate betrayal. They show up one day and wow the birds with all sorts of foreign and exotic things. They even throw them a concert. Number 91, in order to make the destruction of Piggy Island feel satisfying, animators created a full three-dimensional city that they could walk around and even go inside the buildings of. Number 92, the hierarchy of Pig Kingdom is based on size, obviously. Number 93, Four-Man Pig oversees all construction in Pig City, so he's the brilliant mind behind putting dynamite everywhere. Number 94, based on one of the movie's Lego sets, it's been assumed that Leonard will become King Mudbeard. His crown in the Lego set matches that of King Mudbeard in the game. Plus, he certainly can't be King Smoothcheek since, you know, he's got a beard. Number 95, who says swine can't be cultured? In fact, in the Angry Birds movie, on Pig Island you can see advertisements for the Broadway hit Hamilton, starring, you guessed it, Kevin Bacon. Number 96, one of the newspapers on Piggy Island is called the Pork Report. Number 97, curious as to what some of the dastardly pigs' hottest fashion trends are? Well, according to the aforementioned Pork Report, it's straightened tails. Number 98, in order to help promote the movie, a 45.5-foot wide and 44-foot tall balloon of red was featured in the 2015 annual Macy's Day Thanksgiving Day Parade. Number 99, fans have the opportunity to angryfy themselves over at angryfy.me. Number 100, afraid you aren't getting to know enough about Angry Birds before seeing the movie? Even after watching this video, check out Chris Sarasi's The Angry Bird Movie official guidebook. Number 101, the I Can Read series has 2 books, Too Many Pigs and Meet the Birds, based on the Angry Birds movie. Number 102, Rovio and Columbia Pictures hosted a charity screening of the film in Vancouver, Canada 3 weeks before its official release. Proceeds went to supporting the Frames film program, which teaches at-risk youth filmmaking. Number 103, US Secretary General Ban Ki-moon actually made Red an honorary ambassador for foreign energy. Uh-oh, Leo, you've got some competition. Number 104, so far critics and audiences are optimistic. General reactions thought the movie looked good and will be a lot of fun. IGN felt that the story would be able to sell the movie and that it could break out like the Minion. And at 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, users said that they totally want to see it. Number 105, this isn't the first time that Rovio has put arms and legs on our feathered friends. On April Fool's Day of 2015, they released a trailer for an upcoming game, Angry Birds. Angry Birds featured the whole Angry Birds crew, slightly anthropomorphized. Number 106, noticeably absent from the trailers are the Bluebirds, Jay, Jim, and Jake. What does that mean? Were they cut? Will they make a surprise appearance? The anticipation is killing us! And finally, fact number 107, if you're planning on seeing the movie, keep your eyes peeled. The video game version of Red can be seen in the movie when the birds are planning their attack on Piggy Island. Thanks for watching 107 facts you should know about the Angry Birds movie. Are you gonna see the movie? Let us know in the comments down below. And if you like what you just saw, be sure to check out some of our other 107 fact videos by clicking on the annotations or in the link in the description. And be sure to subscribe to channel Frederator so you don't miss out on any of our other videos, because remember, Frederator loves you.
I like cheesecake.